Property owners have a duty of care to keep their premises reasonably safe for visitors. This means taking reasonable steps to prevent foreseeable harm. Examples of this duty include providing adequate lighting, clearing walkways, and promptly addressing hazards like spills. Failure to meet this duty can be considered negligence. When negligence results in injury, the property owner may be held liable. The injured party, the plaintiff, must prove several elements to establish negligence. First, they must demonstrate that the defendant, the property owner, owed them a duty of care. Second, they must show that the defendant breached this duty. Third, the plaintiff needs to prove that this breach directly caused their injuries. Finally, the plaintiff must demonstrate actual damages, such as medical bills or lost wages. On the evening of February 13th, 2025, Mr. Ducat visited Mockingbird Lanes, a bowling alley. As he was leaving, he slipped and fell on a patch of ice in the parking lot, sustaining injuries. Mr. Ducat alleges that Mockingbird Lanes was negligent in not de-icing the parking lot. He claims that this negligence directly caused his fall and subsequent injuries. Mockingbird Lanes argues that they took reasonable precautions to ensure the safety of their patrons. They claim the parking lot was well lit. They also contend that they regularly salted the lot during winter weather conditions. Mockingbird Lanes also suggests that Mr. Ducat might share some responsibility for the incident. A key factor in determining negligence is foreseeability. This refers to whether the property owner could have reasonably anticipated the potential for harm. In this case, the foreseeability of ice forming in the parking lot during winter is high. This makes it more likely that a court would find Mockingbird Lanes had a duty to take preventative measures. The severity of the potential harm is also relevant. A slip and fall on ice can lead to serious injuries. This increases the degree of care that Mockingbird Lanes was obligated to exercise. However, the burden of precautions must also be considered. While de-icing is not overly burdensome, a court will weigh this cost against the probability and severity of potential harm. Mockingbird Lanes suggests that Mr. Ducat was intoxicated at the time of the incident. If proven, this could constitute contributory negligence. Contributory negligence means that the plaintiff's own actions contributed to their injuries. Depending on the jurisdiction, even partial contributory negligence could reduce or even bar Mr. Ducat's recovery of damages. The likely outcome of this case depends on several factors. These factors include the strength of the evidence presented by both sides, the specific legal standards in the relevant jurisdiction, and the ultimate decisions made by the judge or jury. If Mockingbird Lanes is found liable, they could be required to compensate Mr. Ducat for his medical expenses, lost wages, and pain and suffering. However, if contributory negligence is established, the awarded damages may be reduced.